Hello friends, welcome to GT Science tutorial. In this video, I'm going to explain about collision theory of bimolecular reaction. We know that reactants collide to form the product, but do all the reactants that collide form the product? We have no idea about that. So in this video, we are going to see that thing and we are going to see the collision theory mathematically as well. So without wasting any time, let's start. First of all, let's see the statement of this collision theory. Collision theory of bimolecular reaction says not all the molecules that collide convert into the product, but only those molecules that collide with a proper orientation and with sufficient amount of energy convert into the product. So this is the statement of collision theory of bimolecular reaction. It is trying to say that all the molecules that collide with each other do not form the product, but only those molecules that collide with sufficient amount of energy. Sufficient means the energy of that reaction must be greater than the activation energy, or we can say the energy must be greater than or equal to the threshold energy. Threshold energy means here threshold energy means minimum amount of energy. Okay, minimum energy to form the product. Okay, so if the collision of the reactant molecules produce that much amount of energy to bypass or to suppress the threshold energy or to more than the threshold energy, then only those reactants convert into the product. All the other reactant molecules cannot form the product. So this is the statement of that molecular reaction, and with the proper orientation means with a greater area, you can say, okay, that can produce higher amount of energy. So this is the condition, or this is the statement of collision theory of bimolecular reaction. This is the condition here. Proper orientation and sufficient amount of energy are the condition to form the product. Now let's see its mathematical derivation. Let us consider a general reaction of the type A plus A giving the product, and the rate constant over here is K. Okay, now we are considering here same kind of reactants. It will be easy for us to do the calculation if we consider same kind of reactants. Okay, here from this reaction we can calculate the rate of reaction. Okay, here the rate of reaction can be written as dx by dt. Dx by dt is the notation of rate of reaction, right? It is equal to the rate constant, that is K, and the concentration of reactants. Here there are two reactants A and A, so if we multiply their concentration we will get this kind of form, right? So we can write this form to be K concentration of H whole square, isn't it? Now let the concentration of the reactant to be 1 mole per liter. Okay, we are putting the value of concentration of the reactant to be 1 mole per liter. Then we will get dx by dt is equal to K. That is, in this case, the rate of reaction will be equal to rate constant. Now let us consider it to be equation number 1. Okay, now erasing all the things so that we can proceed the mathematical derivation. Let us consider the rate constant. Let us consider K is the rate constant. K is the rate constant. Z is equal to number of collisions number of collisions per second per unit volume per second per unit volume, and Q is the fraction of molecules that are activated by the collision. Okay, if we consider these three things, that is K is the rate constant, Z is the number of collisions per second per unit volume, and Q is the fraction of molecules that are activated by the collision, then we can write the rate constant will be equal to Z into Q. This is equation number 2. Okay, we can multiply the Z and Q, that is collision per second per unit volume, that is number of collision, and fraction of molecules that are activated by the collision, then we will get this rate constant. Okay, here Q can be written as n asterisk by n. Okay, where and this can further be equal to minus EA by RT. So e to the power minus EA by RT is actually the fraction of molecules that are activated by the collision, and this equation is the derived form or this simpler form or another form of the Arrhenius equation. Okay, so we can write this form where this n asterisk is the number of activated molecules, and this n is the total number of molecules, Then let us consider this to be equation number 3. Okay, then equation 2 becomes, let us put this value over here, that is the value of Q in this equation. Then we will get the value of K to be Z into E minus EA by RT, equation number 4. Okay, so this is our equation number 4. Now let me erase these unnecessary parts so that we can proceed the derivation. Let us consider two cases. First of all, this case 1. In case 1, let's consider the condition when same type of molecule or same molecule collide with each other. Okay, in first case, let's consider same molecules are colliding. Then in that case we can write Z as Z11. Okay, 11 represents there is same type of molecule or same molecule. Okay, they are being collided or they are colliding. Now, according to kinetic theory of gases, we are applying kinetic theory of gases over here because the molecules are colliding. Okay, if the molecules are colliding, then kinetic theory of gases can be applied over here. There, the number of molecules per second per unit volume is given by 1 by root 2 pi sigma square n square c. Okay, let us consider to be equation number 5. Okay, here this sigma is actually collision diameter, and the c is equal to average molecular velocity. This is the average molecular velocity. Okay, and this n is the number of molecule, and we know pi is a constant, right? And c further can be written as 8 RT by pi m. Okay, the formula for c is root under 8 RT by pi m. Now let us put this value over here. What do we get? Then Z11 becomes 1 by root 2 pi sigma square n square, and in place of c we can write root under 8 RT by pi m. Okay, now let us take these values inside. What do we get? Sigma square n square root under 8 RT and pi square by 2 pi m. Here we are writing pi square because we only have pi over here. Now if we take this value inside the root under, then we must multiply one more pi over here, that is we must make it pi square. Okay, and here we are taking this 2 inside it because there is already a root under sign over here and there is also a root under sign over here. So according to the rule of surds, they can be taken inside. Okay, they can be multiplied. Now let us cut 2 4s are 8 and this pi can be cancelled out, right? Now what do we get? We get sigma square n square root under 4 RT pi by m, isn't it? Now this 4 is a square number, isn't it? Square number of 2, so we can take it out. We will get 2 sigma square n square and we will get pi RT by m. So this is the value of Z11, that is the number of collision per second per unit volume in case when the molecules are same. Okay, when the molecules are same. Now let's see what happens when the molecules are different, or what changes do we see over here. How do we calculate the number of collision per second per unit volume? It's time to see case 2. Here I am writing this case 2 and nothing should be changed, but only few words, that is this same will be different, this same will be different, and this 1 1 will be equal to 1 2. 1 2 represents different type of molecules. Okay, now if the molecules are of different types, then according to the kinetic theory of gases, this Z12 can be written as N1 into N2 sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2 whole square root under 8 pi RT by mu. Okay, so this is the formula for it. Where were we? We were in equation number 5, right? Now here this N1 and N2 are the number of molecules, okay, of different types, different atoms, or different molecules, sorry, of different molecules, This sigma 1 and sigma 2 are the collision diameters of different molecules, and here this mu is the reduced mass. Here this mu is the reduced mass. Now its formula is mu. How do we calculate the value of mu? We calculate mu by using this formula. Okay, we use this formula to calculate the value of mu, that is 1 by mu will be equal to 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2. Okay, so this is the formula by which we calculate the reduced mass. Okay, where let me erase these are unnecessary part, where this m1 and m2 are the molecular weights of different molecules, Okay, here M1 and M2 are the molecular weight of different molecules. Now from here we can write the value of 1 by mu to be M1 plus M2 divided by M1 dot M2. How did I write that? I just took them. I took the LCM. m2 into 1 m2 plus m1 into 1 m1, so we get m1 plus m2 by m1 dot m2. Okay, so this equation number 5, whatever we equation number 6, whatever we had written, this can be written as, then equation number 6 can be written as equation number 6 was z12 is equal to n1 dot n2 into sigma 1 plus sigma 2 by 2's whole square root under 8 pi rt by mu, right? And in place of mu, or in place of 1 by mu, we can write this value, right? We can write m1 plus m2 by m1 dot m2. So this equation can be written as n1 dot n2. We are not changing this much part, we are just going to multiply this value with this value, that's all. Okay, nothing tough in this line. 8 pi rt m1 dot m2 by m1 plus m2. Okay, so this is the value for number of collision per second per unit volume in case where there is different type of molecules. Okay, so by using this formula, by using these values, we can actually we can put these values, the value of z, in the previous equation, that was equation number 3, I think, right? That is k is equal to zq, to find the value of rate constant. After the discovery of those formulas, later it was realized that the exact formula is not that we just derived. Okay, there should be an additional term that corrects the formula. That means the formula was not correct. Okay, the formula was not sufficient. So equation 3, what was the equation 3? Equation 3 was k is equal to ze to the power minus ea by rt converted to k is equal to p ze to the power minus ea by rt. Okay, so here an additional term, that is p, was included. The constant p means the p represents orientation factor or probability factor This P represents that not all molecules that collide convert into the product. Okay, this P is here for that, to show us that. Okay, now the value of P lies between 1 to it lies between 1 to 10 to the power minus 9 for non-chain reaction. Okay, for non-chain reaction, the value of this probability factor or the orientation factor is between 1 to 10 to the power minus 9, and the value of P is greater than 1. Okay, for chain reaction. So from this we can see that for non-chain reaction the value of P is less than 1, but for chain reaction the value of P, that is probability factor, is greater than 1. Okay, so this is the complete derivation of collision theory of bimolecular reaction. By using these formulas, or simply by using this formula, you can do a lot of numerical problem. So that's all in this video. I hope you understood everything about collision theory of bimolecular reaction. If you like the video, please share this video as much as you can. Thank you for watching the video.